What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step. Now, consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, we have wrapped up day 2 of Big 12 Media Days, and we are breaking down equipment, and we are getting ready to head out to the Big 10 Media Days next week. But you will get to see the product of our work, not on Friday, but on Monday and Wednesday of next week. Of course, Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley, and the assortment of delicious assortments of interviews will all be on Monday. And of course, day 2 with University of Texas and its new head coach in Steve Sarkisian, Bijan Robinson running back, Keandre Coburn defensive line will be on Wednesday. And by that time, we'll be back at work in Indianapolis talking to Ryan Day, talking to, he's not going to bring CJ Stroud. I would love to talk to CJ Stroud. I would love to talk to Kyle McCord. I would love to talk to Jack Miller. One day, it will happen. But the reason that I'm doing this right now, right here, is there are 2 things Texas-related that we need to talk about. The first one is Greg Burt's talking about what is a penalty and what is not a penalty related to horns down. So for those of y'all that do not know, and I don't know how you would know if you found this channel, I mean, what are you even doing here? Because we talk about football Americano and not necessarily football, South American or, footy if you're from, I don't know, Mars? Do they play footy on Mars? Maybe they play footy on Mars. But this is a rock-on sign, right? That's what this is. This is not the other thing. When you do it like this, all of a sudden, you're making people mad. Like, it's also a really great way to get an allergic reaction from a Texas fan. I swear to you, if you take your index finger and your pinky finger and you throw them down in the direction of one Texas alum, you are going to get something like an allergic reaction that might, be a stream of vitriol in your direction. It also might, this year, be some yellow laundry on the field. All right, so this is 3 years that we've been doing this, okay? So West Virginia goes to Texas, is beating Texas, throws the horns down, gets personal foul penalty, to which we're all going, wait a second, timeout. That man got a personal foul penalty for essentially making a hand signal that wasn't, that one middle finger and the other finger's down. We all know what that one means. But apparently that is how this is interpreted on the 40 acres. So Greg Burtz gave us something like a clarification, but I'm going to elaborate on that. The clarification is, if you throw horns down as an opposing player at Texas Longhorns, it's going to be penalized as taunting. Okay? Which means that it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. But if you throw the horns down as an opposing player in the direction of your fans, it's going to be okay. He thinks, right? All of this is open to interpretation. Matter of fact, I will never forget being at Amon G. Carter Stadium when Hollywood Brown and CeeDee Lamb go into the end zone after one of them scores a touchdown and really throws the DBZ celebration. So those of y'all of a certain age understand what I mean when I say DBZ, and you know exactly what celebration I'm talking about, right? At this point, I'm really wondering if we do the summoning from Naruto, if we gonna get penalties, okay? Because that's just fresh. That's just fun. Like, if you could throw them hand signals, I feel like you should be able to get away with it. Because throwing them hand signals is not the simplest thing to do in the world. But apparently, we are interpreting horns down as the most offensive gesture that you can perform in the state of Texas. Meanwhile, we got Texas schools and Texas football programs that are like, I don't know why they're catching feelings over this, but apparently we're going to keep running this one out here because it may or may not be a penalty if you throw horns down in the sanctity of your own house while you in your own bathroom. We don't know, right? If somebody saw it, they might throw a flag at you. That's what we're dealing with right now. I'm not saying that I like it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm saying some of y'all got a certain sensibility that rhymes with coughed when it comes to some of this stuff. And some of y'all might say that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. If that really gets in your craw, I don't need to do it. I really don't need to do it. I can just go win on a football field, right? Now, I think that this is also interesting because the dude that doesn't seem to be bothered by this, I got to talk to today, amazing dude, really enjoy getting to talk to him, Bijan Robinson. Many of y'all know Bijan is one of them all-time dudes, right? He's a lot of fun. In the way that many of you have said you love Najee Harris, I think you're going to love Bijan Robinson. He is that kind of an individual. He was that thoughtful in an individual. And like many of the kiddos for whom I get to talk to, he has an idol in college football. I got to ask him, who is your favorite past college football player? And my man did not hesitate. My man came straight out with Reggie Bush and said today that he is rocking number 5 because he wants to be like Reggie Bush. And what does being like Reggie Bush mean to Bijan Robinson? Quite simple. Every single time he touches the football, he looking for 6. And for those of y'all that still want to pick a fight over, my all-time greatest list, which is right and righteous, you should know I put together these offenses with the expectation that every single one of these skill players that touches the ball is going for 6. We are running the 6 God offense over here, okay? Now, you might feel some kind of way about it, but everybody over there is a hitter. And when I tell you that Bijan Robinson is a hitter, the boy averaged 17.7 yards per touch in high school. And then the last 3 games of the season, he's averaging 18 yards per touch against college football teams, all right? The man is on another level. Matter of fact, Joel Clack came on the show and said, I think he's the best tailback in the Big 12. I'm like, yo, Breece Hall is like literally standing over there. He's literally unanimous All-American. So we'll see. We'll see. I also would say this, man. Breece was a lot of fun. Matter of fact, this whole group of running backs that we're talking about is a lot of fun. And I really think if we're talking about singular running backs, we could have a really long and great conversation about that. But if we're talking about who of those 2 dudes is going to be great, I can't wait to see it. I want to see them settle this on a football field. All right. I will talk to y'all later.